A bedtime tale from the sands of time. Long ago, in the golden age of ancient Arabia, nestled between two mighty rivers and hidden behind dunes of whispering sand, there stood a glorious city called Qamar al-Zaman, the moon of time. It was a city of marble domes, sapphire towers, and perfumed air, ruled by a wise and mysterious king known as Sultan al-Rahim. The people said the Sultan was born under a rare moon eclipse, when the sky turned deep violet and the stars blinked like curious eyes. From the moment he cried his first cry, the wind swirled around him in a gentle dance. His mother, the queen, whispered to him, "You are not just a prince. You are a promise." As he grew, it became clear he was no ordinary boy. He could speak with animals, calm storms, and when he walked through gardens, the flowers leaned toward him as if listening to his thoughts. But above all, the Sultan was known for his just heart. He never raised his voice, but when he spoke, even the cruelest hearts softened. One day, when Sultan al-Rahim had ruled peacefully for 25 years, a stranger arrived at the city gates. Cloaked in black robes with silver thread, the visitor carried a scroll wrapped in ancient cloth. "I bring word from the past," the stranger said. "And a challenge for the Sultan." The scroll revealed an old legend, forgotten by time. When the Moonlight Sultan rises, he must find the hidden heart, or his kingdom shall fade before the next full moon. The court fell silent. "What is the hidden heart?" the vizier asked. "Where shall we seek it?" asked the captain of the guard. But Sultan al-Rahim only nodded. He had dreamed of this moment. Since boyhood, visions of a glowing heart buried beneath shifting sands had haunted his sleep. He had seen a labyrinth beneath a ruined oasis, a crystal cavern guarded by silence, and a door that only opened to one with a pure soul. So the Sultan called his camel Noor, wrapped himself in a white robe, kissed his wife and children goodbye, and rode into the desert alone. Cactus Chapter 1, The Oasis of Echoes. After 3 days and nights, he arrived at the Oasis of Echoes, where palms whispered secrets and the water sang songs of the old world. There he met a blind poet named Safwan, who sat beside the spring and recited verses to the stars. "You seek the hidden heart," Safwan said, though he had not been told. "Then you must answer 3 riddles, or remain lost like the others." The Sultan bowed. "Ask, and I shall answer." First riddle: I am not alive, but I grow. I have no lungs, yet I need air. What am I? The Sultan replied, "Fire." Second riddle: I fly forever, yet stay in place. I sing but have no mouth. What am I? He answered, "The wind." Third riddle: I live only when I am given away. I am lighter than silk but can carry a kingdom. What am I? After a pause, he smiled and said, "Hope." The poet bowed. You may pass. A palm tree beside the spring creaked open like a door, and beyond it lay a stairwell descending deep into the earth. Desert Chapter 2, The Labyrinth of Sand and Stars. Beneath the earth was a labyrinth carved from golden sandstone. It shimmered with starlight despite being buried. In its center was a dome where the stars moved even though the sky was far above. The Sultan wandered its paths for what felt like weeks, until he found a mosaic of a woman's face on the wall. Her eyes followed him. Her lips whispered, "To find the heart, you must give your own." And then the walls began to move. He was tested by illusions. A field of roses that tempted him to rest. Voices of his children calling him home. A hallway of mirrors showing him ruling forever, without hardship. But he saw through them. The path is not ease, but truth, he whispered. I walk for my people. At last, he arrived at a silver gate etched with an inscription in forgotten tongue. He placed his hand on it, and the gate dissolved into light. Gemstone Chapter 3, The Crystal Cavern. He entered a cavern of quartz and sapphire. At its center floated the hidden heart, a glowing gem, shaped like a real heart, pulsing with ancient energy. But it was guarded by a creature of silence. A serpent of mist, larger than a ship, with eyes like moons. The serpent never spoke. It only waited. The Sultan bowed. I seek not to own, but to protect. I seek the heart to heal, not to command. The serpent coiled tighter around the gem. Then its eyes changed, they softened. It floated aside, and the heart lowered into the Sultan's palms. As soon as he touched it, a beam of light burst from the cavern and shot into the sky. The earth trembled, but not with destruction. It was the sound of something ancient awakening. Mosque Chapter 4, The Return. The Sultan returned to Kamar al-Zaman, heart in hand. The stranger was gone, and the people had nearly lost hope. But when he stepped through the city gates, the skies cleared. The rivers flowed brighter. The palms bore fruit, and the sick were healed. He placed the hidden heart beneath the grand mosque, and from that day forward, the city glowed at night, even without torches. No drought or war ever touched it again. Sultan al-Rahim ruled for many more years, his beard white as frost, his eyes warm as sunlight. And when he passed into the afterlife, it is said the moon itself bowed low over Kamar al-Zaman. And even now, on the night of a full moon, travelers swear they see a man in white riding a glowing camel across the dunes, singing to the stars. Crescent Moon, the end. Sleep well, dear dreamer. May your heart always be brave, and your path filled with light.